I didn't see anybody on my stream yet. This is my first stream on YouTube. I'm trying, but I am going to make a card, a paper electronics card today, and I'm going to show how I do it. So many of you are asking about special steps and instructions, so I'm going to show how I make a card from scratch. I 3D printed a template card, and I am going to show how I make it. So as you can see, this is the template, so it's already ready with all the schematics. So I need to just fold it, and I need to start coloring it. So this is a Christmas card. We are approaching the Christmas season, so it's all here. So what I do first, after I print the card, is I color it. And you can color it however you like. So I will make my leaves green. I like to use Posca markers because it's very nice, good quality. It gives it a very nice finish. These are acrylic markers. So I color all of the leaves first. I like coloring. It's very relaxing. There are some leaves visible from behind. So I'm going to make my candle this beige color, also Posca marker. Now I need red for the berries. I really like my cards to have this modern look, a little bit like graphic. So I usually trace it with black marker after I finish coloring. And I do it everywhere. Also, to make everything look nicer, white highlights are highly recommended. So we can just add highlights here and there, a little bit on the leaves. On the berries. So we are going to make I'm sorry, I'm getting sick, so my throat is hurting. So as we're going to make a lot of cards, so we need our light to be able to shine through. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut out the area of the flame. I am using this really cool cutting knife, which is Giro Cut from Crafty Products. It can follow your movements, so it's really good. You can see that the blade is very interesting. It follows your moves and makes it very easy to cut. So this is how I do it. So I basically just trace the outline of the flame, and here it is. It's oh. here it is. Already undone. So as you can see, the LED light is going to be here behind. So we need something to diffuse the light. So I use this baking paper. You can use any translucent paper, like tracing paper, any paper. Any paper will do. So I just cut a little piece, just enough to cover the whole area of it. So, and I just glue it. I glue it from inside of the card. So add some glue. And I place it here. Well, you can leave it like this, but it's going to be a little bit boring. So what I do is I additionally color the flames. So we need Posca markers won't do because acrylic markers will just cover it, and we need it to be translucent. So what I'm going to use is just any markers. And when you do that, please add something underneath because it colors it through. So basically, flames are yellow inside, then a little bit of orange around it, and then it's red, right? So it looks like a real flame here. Okay, so now we are done with the art part. So now we can start building an electric circuit and we can light it up. So I'm going to use this conductive tape. It's a sticker. It has conductive adhesive, which is very easy to use. So all you need to do is basically to cut as much as you need for each of the paths, and then just peel it and stick it. I like to do it like this, so I attach a little part of it and then I continue. So this was path A, so now I'm going to attach it to the path B. So the path B is this one. You can see it's all marked on the template, so it's very easy to follow. So again, I stick it and then move along. Okay, we have these two paths attached. So now I'm going to use an LED light. So it's just a simple diode. It's of yellow color. And before you start using it, you need to know, does it work? You see, I've used it many times, so I don't know if it's still working. Maybe it broke. So what I will do is I'm going to run a simple test. So I open the new battery. Like, be careful with these batteries. They're choking hazards, so never leave children unattended with it. So if you have babies, please put it away. Make these projects together with your children so you supervise them. So you see, I just attach it directly to the battery and I see that it does work. So I can use it. So what I need to do is to make sure that the negative leg, which is the shorter one, facing to the left. So I basically bend the legs. I place the LED here. And now I need to attach it to the circuit. So like how I do it, I basically cut two little pieces of tape and I stick it on top of each leg. Like this. So one leg. So make sure you push on top well for good connection. And then I do the same on the other leg. And then I continue with the path. So now I need to attach it to the path C, actually to the path C and D, so I'm going to cut it, both of them, and I'm going to attach it. So attach it here, and then I attach it here. As you can see, I start on top of the previous path. Why? Because we need electricity to flow through it, right? So make sure there are no gaps. So here we go. So now we need to attach the battery here. So how do I do it? Usually I just cut a little piece of conductive tape, I peel it, and I make a little loop, stick it side out, like this. So then I attach it to the battery, right? And I stick it here. Why do I do this? So I make sure it's secure in place, so it doesn't fall. Now I can continue. So I have left paths F and E. So here's my path F, here is my path E. So here we go. So here it's a little bit tricky because the top of the battery is positive, but the side is negative. So when you attach conductive tape to this path, make sure that you stick it on top and then you go directly to the path. Do not try to stick it on the sides of the battery because that will generate short circuit and it's just not going to work. So then in this card we're going to use a reed switch because oh my gosh, I just broke it. So I'm going to use a new one sec. So I'm going to use this one. They come in different shapes, so you can use one of these. It's exactly the same, but for some reason I prefer these ones, the glass ones. But as you can see, I reuse my electronics many times, so I don't buy every time new. So they are just breaking over time. So what do? I just place reed switch. It doesn't really matter which side I'm placing it. It's the same. So I just place it there. And again, how do I attach it to the circuit? I use two little pieces of conductive tape. So I just cut as much as you need and I attach it here. Again, make sure you push well all around the leg for better connection, for better flow of electricity. And here we go. The circuit is ready, but how do we know it works? We test it. So to activate the reed switch, we need a magnet. I like to use little neodymium magnets. Why? Because they're very powerful and they're small enough to hide them behind the components. So in this case, we're going to hide it behind a match, so which is approximately, this is the size of the match. So I can use this one, so it fits really well. Or I can use one of the smaller ones. I have different sizes. So I guess I'm going to use this one. So how do we know this circuit works? We place magnet close to the reed switch. If it turns on, so obviously it works. So our circuit works. So now we can proceed to the next step. So the next step would be to stick the card together. We don't want it to be opening. So how do I do it? I usually add sticky tape. It's a double-sided foam tape to each of the corners. So I just place it here and here. So then I peel off the backing of it. Well, my 3D printer just finished printing and makes this nice music. Okay, so and then I close the card together. So does it still work? Yes. So it still works. As you can see, I can activate it from on top. So, but it's a candle, right? So how do we light up the candles in real life? We use matches. So that's why I made a paper match, and I'm going to use it to activate the card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color it. So the match needs a brown color. So as you can see, I love Posca markers. So I'm going to use this brown, and I think that's going to be a pinkish match. So I'm going to color it as I did with the card. So this is the wooden handle. And this is the head of it. I'll let it dry a little bit. And I really like black outline on my cards. So I'm going to use a black marker to trace it. So now I need to wait a little bit because it's acrylic markers. It needs some time to dry. So as soon as it's dry, I can cut it out. Well, here it is. All ready. So now again, I need to attach a magnet to the back side of the card. How do I do it? I like to use sticky tape. It's easy, it's mess free, it doesn't have to dry. It needs to be strong enough because these magnets are powerful, and when they are attached to something, it's very hard to take it off. So your sticky tape should be strong enough to hold the magnet. So I basically add it like this. Then I just peel the backing of it. Also, my recommendation, if you make this type of projects, like, you should use a thick paper for the match. So it's going to be more like so. So as you can see, it's here. You see, magnet is heavy, so if you use a thin paper, so it's going to bend a little bit, which is fine. It works, but it can be better. So now what do? So now you activate the card. You cannot see it well because I have a lot of lights here, but I am going to turn it off so you can see how it looks when there is less light. Actually, I'm going to turn lights even more. So this is how it works. So as you can see, it took me 20 minutes just making the card. It's very easy. It's very basic. And actually it uses these rare components like reed switch and magnets. So this is something that you can do with your children. You can make it as a gift for somebody. And this is a very nice card. So I do not do lives. If you like, and if you want me to stream more, I can showcase how I make the cards. I can show the step by step in a slow pace, because in my videos everything is fast, everything is in under 1 minute. I am featuring all the steps and all the moves but I try to make it more engaging, right? So this is how it works. Well, thank you so much for joining this live. This is my first live. I have no idea how to do it. Thank you so much for all your support. I'm going to get better, and I'm going to come out more often so I can share with you everything I know, everything I do. So thank you so much for joining. See you soon.